Hello and welcome to a new episode of Connected from Home, where we choose to stay safe yet refuse to be disconnected. We connect with interesting people from all around the world, get to know more about them, seek inspiration, and have fun. Our lifestyles changed dramatically since the outbreak of COVID 19. A lot of people are finding it hard to stay in shape. If you need some fitness motivation, this episode is for you. Our guest today is nutritionist and coach Kirill Ilyev, and he'll give us some tips and tricks on how to live a healthier lifestyle and stay in shape. Coach Kirill, thank you so much for being with us in this episode of Connected from Home.
For me, it's an honor and it's a pleasure to be with you guys.
Thank you very much. Okay, a lot of people are scared nowadays, and a lot of people haven't been working out for quite some time because we were all staying at home. And we still urge people to stay at home. So, how do you advise people to get back to their workouts?
Well, since it's been the COVID now, how many months? More than 6 months, we are mainly staying at home, all of us, and there is a lot of lack of activities for every one of us. What, as a professional trainer and online experts as well, uh, it's um, it's a lot of things that actually everyone can do at home, even without a single equipment, because actually our body is enough. We can use it enough for to do almost all kinds of body parts, including all the muscles that are engaged, the stability of the core, the abdominals, and everything. And you can burn a very good amount of calories as well, even at home. So one of the most important thing is that during the whole those periods, it's good to maintain at least certain amount of activity. Okay, it's not need to be maybe every day, but at least 3 to 4 times a week. It should be very good, because like this you're gonna maintain your stamina level. You're gonna maintain basically your activity in a way of the muscles do not get too weak, because not only that we are not going out, but also we are love to eat at home. So we need to make some balance as well with the food and with a slight kind of home workouts as well.
Since you're a nutritionist, you can give us some tips about nutrition for people staying at home.
Of course. Now, when it comes to the nutrition things, it's a big science, and it's a huge thing, and it's very individuals according to all of us, because we all have a different metabolic rate. Some people are absorbing very quick some of the nutrition. The other people, they have a lack with absorbing all those nutrition as well. But the most important thing is just have a light dinner at home, because the more lighter you have food before you sleep, the more better sleep you're gonna get. And when you wake up in the morning, you're gonna have, like I think according to the basically to the science, between 5 and 7 hours you can get a very good sleep, instead you to sleep 8 to 10 hours if you have a very light dinner. As an advice from me, the light dinner can be a yogurt, or it can be just couple of fruits. I think it will be more than enough. The problem is that we have these cravings at night, and that's why we eat mainly our main meal is at night. So that's why a lot of people, they have a lack over there. Rather during the day you can have some bites here and there, but in general, for me, the most important meal of the day is actually your dinner. If you keep away your dinner and you make it very light on your stomach, trust me, it can happen miracles.
Okay, so do you have other examples other than yogurt and fruits? Some people say, "Oh, I'm lactose intolerant. I don't like yogurt." So do you have alternatives?
Yeah, of course. Now you can have any type of salad, With this
Mm-hmm.
salad can include any type of veggies that you can consume and you don't feel heavy because, for example, let's say corn is a little bit heavy for digestion,
Mm-hmm.
but any type like a lettuce, like spinach and cucumber, tomato, all of these things, the simple veggies, they are very good. You can have them. You can mix them with some kind of a source of grilled chicken, let's say, or some fish as well, grilled as well. Of course,
Okay.
avoiding the fried stuff. And you can make
Mm-hmm.
a nice meal which can feed you because, as we all know, that there are lots of fibers inside of the veggies. So basically, your stomach will be full and you can sleep. You're gonna think that you have a full stomach, but actually it should be very light on you.
I've seen your videos with the golden list of snacks. Snacks with very low calories and can fill you up and are full of nutrition. So please let us know. Share with us the list.
So one of the most favorite snacks in general, which is type of liquid, like maybe up to more into the smoothie thing, is any type of protein resource that you can get powder, of course. Like there are people, let's say, that they are not okay with a normal whey protein. You can get a veggie protein or you can get a pea protein. There is so many
Mm-hmm.
now on the market.
Mm-hmm.
You can mix it with, of course, with the water, not with the milk, and you can have a few strawberries inside or a few blackberries, and trust me, it become the most sweetest thing and the most delicious thing on earth. Because when you mix the protein with a little bit of fruits, the flavor become something crazy. This is one of my favorite ones.
Mm-hmm.
Then another snack you can have a low calories fruits. Try to
Mm-hmm.
avoid banana because it's a little bit heavy. Any type of low calorie fruit you can have as a snack. As well, another snack that you can have, there is certain types of the protein bars that there are on the market, but just try to read a little bit carefully more what they contain. This also it's
Mm-hmm.
a way of just to basically to stop your hunger.
Mm-hmm.
The good snack as well for me is nuts. Although now a lot of people maybe they'll say, okay, but nuts are fat and they're high calorie. It's
Mm-hmm.
yes and no in the same time because actually the nuts they have the healthy as we all know it's the healthy fat inside. And the
Mm-hmm.
healthy fat we all need it. Doesn't matter what kind of diet you are. You just need it all
Yes.
the time. They're good
Yes.
for the nails, they're good for the skin, they're good for the brain, they're good for everything.
Okay, let's talk about working out. A lot of people are saying nowadays that we lost our fitness, or they are trying to start where they stopped, like 6 months ago, and they are trying to make the same workout routine, for example, and then they figure out that, oh my God, I'm unable to lift the same weights, for example. I don't have the same, I don't know, resistance. I don't have the same fitness. So what do you tell them? Should we like get back to working out gradually, or what's the methodology?
Yeah. Now, when it comes to when you stop for let's say more than a month your physical activity, and if you was very active before, let's say
Mm-hmm.
for me the very active person it's mean from 3 4 times above. This is very
Mm-hmm.
active person. So let's
Mm-hmm.
say if you was training 3 to 4 times a week and then after this you suddenly stop.
Mm-hmm.
Now in the body is happening a lot of inertia. So basically, the
Mm-hmm.
body gets in peace and get in comfort, and there is no activity. So what's happening with the muscles? The muscles starting to shrink. Why? Because you don't use them. So if something you
Mm-hmm.
don't use is just getting relaxed, and because the muscle is something that it's alive and it's part of us, you just need basically to slowly again to start the process with them. A lot of people they are impatient when it comes to especially to the workouts. They think that they can achieve some body for 3 months. They can get their dream body maybe for 6 months, which is let's face it, it's unreal. This is unrealistic
Mm-hmm.
goals. You need to be a little bit more aware what is the time frame, and when it comes to rebuild to rebuild your stamina and to rebuild your muscles from the time being that you've been away, you just need to go very gradually on this. Like
Yeah.
you're starting literally, you start from A. So
Yeah.
let's say you even cannot go to 50% of your workouts what you have done before. So I always recommend you start very slowly. First, you can start
Mm-hmm.
just with some kind of only cardio activity, which is for the heart. Let's say you can do some slight conditioning workout, some kind of jumps and squats and body weights, and
Mm-hmm.
some treadmill, only just to get your heart rate elevated, because all those time you even didn't do a move to get your heart rate high unless you carry something
Yeah.
heavy in your lifestyle.
Yeah.
So I always advise just to prepare the body at least for a week, very
Mm-hmm.
slightly, and then slowly from the after this week you slowly start to bring back your routine. But let's say if you was doing, let's say for example, 1 hour of workout, I advise you to start with the 20 minutes, and then from 20 minutes you jump to 30 minutes, and then from 30
Mm-hmm.
minutes you jump to 40 minutes. Every three,
Mm-hmm.
4, 5 days you increase 5 to 10 minutes of your workout, respectively the sets and respectively the repetitions, of course, including inside. So it should be very slowly, like a baby.
If you stop working out for some time, sometimes when you get back to workouts, and even if you were able to perform your sets and your whole workouts, you get severe cramps afterwards and you feel that you're unable to move. So, how can we avoid that?
Now, when it comes to cramps, this is something that our body showing you that something is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, the cramps are coming from two things, mainly, of course. The first thing is some malfunction of minerals and vitamins, mainly the minerals,
Mm-hmm.
the potassium and the natrium inside in your
Mm-hmm.
body. You may be
Mm-hmm.
lack of those, magnesium as well. And if it's not this, then it's the workout. When it comes to the workout, why you can have the cramps? Mainly, the main reason is because you get overloaded. So it's
Mm-hmm.
happening once you've been out, and then you are coming back and you start to
Mm-hmm.
push. And with the
Mm-hmm.
time that you start to push, the muscle starting to get shrinked. And when they get shrinked, you get the cramps and they just cannot release. Now,
Okay.
this is happening because you put a little bit overload on them for the
Mm-hmm.
short period of time. We call it the intensity. Basically, the more intensity you push on the muscle, the more it's getting under the pressure and it's cramping.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's from the workout, this is the main reason. Then if it's not from the workout, if you was doing, let's say, a normal workout, that means that there is some major minerals that is missing from your body, which is related to the natrium, which is related to the potassium and the magnesium,
Mm-hmm.
especially the magnesium, because it's the magnesium is the relaxing of the muscles.
So, are there certain foods that you advise, people to consume before or after a workout to decrease the liability of them having such cramps? Foods that contain the minerals you mentioned.
Yes, of course. You have a very good habit, and it comes with your religion during the Ramadan. How you break the fast? You break the fast with dates.
Dates.
So I don't know if the people are aware, but the dates is one of the best food when it comes to all the minerals inside. They are very
Yeah.
rich. They are very rich in potassium, extremely rich in potassium. They have some
Mm-hmm.
magnesium inside, and they have as well some natrium inside. Plus, of course, the sugar, but it's the fructose, which actually you need it. So once you break the fast, you have this um explosion of energy with them. So this, for me, this is the best thing that you can have before the workout. Plus, after the workout as well. Rather before or after, but don't take it both.
Okay, just once because I think they contain a lot of calories.
Yes, they're very high in calories, and because it's very concentrated, and it's not. See, it's very good food, but don't over it with it. So I
Yeah.
think between let's say for the guys between 3 to 5, and for our ladies up to 3 days, I think it's totally fine for to be consumed before any kind of physical activity.
Talk to us about the importance of having water next to us while working out. Some people ignore water, and I know it's very, very important. Tell us why.
Now the water is the thing is that our body 70% is water. We all know about it. So the more water you consume, the more hydrated you become. Especially living in the Middle East, as we all know, we need more water than if you're living, let's say, in Europe because of the weather.
Yeah.
So I always recommend, of course, depends from your body weight. There is no certain formula for this. But if
Mm-hmm.
you are a normal, let's say a lady, which is, let's say you are about between 50, 55 up to 60 kg, I always recommend you to have at least 2 to 3 liters, at least.
No.
And for the
Wow.
guys, they need to go up to 4 liters, because the
Okay.
more the more you drink water, whatever you're doing a physical activity or no, of course, with the physical activity you need more water because you sweat. So the more
Mm-hmm.
water you have in the body, the more you sweat. The more you sweat, the more you take out
Yeah.
all the toxins. But the normal intake, 2 to 3 liters, you try to maintain. I'm talking about clear water. You don't count
Mm-hmm.
the coffee, you don't count the tea, you don't count the soft drinks if you have any. I'm talking
Mm.
pure water. The pure water is the
Yeah.
most important thing without mixing with anything.
Okay. So tell me about the precautions for people coming back to the gyms. I know it's not like before. It's not as simple as it was before. It requires a lot of precautions in order not to catch COVID-19. So how does it go in the gym?
Well, now what we are doing in all gyms in Bahrain, since they allowed us to open, the precautions are really, really a lot. And it should be like this because,
Hmm.
as we witnesses, the things in the whole world is not so great, but it's getting better. Alhamdulillah.
Hmm.
Um, the most important thing is you need to have a sanitizers all over the place. Once you
Hmm.
enter the gym, you need to be with a mask 100% because you need to protect yourself and you need to protect the rest of the people because
Hmm.
you are going actually in a public place. You are not
Yes.
alone. Um, we as trainers, we need to wear gloves. They're already here on my arms
Yeah.
because we are touching the weights, the same weights that the clients are and the members they're touching them. So when
Hmm.
there is a touching, we need to be like a doctor when it comes to us. And during the workouts, I want just to be aware. I know that all the ministries they said it, but during the workouts, you don't keep your mask on during
Yes.
during the set. When you are doing the set or you're doing the physical activity, you just drop it. So you need to breathe because if you breathe through the mask, you're gonna get suffocated and you might lose conscience. So
Yes.
it's a must that you drop the mask down, you make the set, and during the rest you just keep it back and you just breathe. Try to breathe more through the nostrils. It's more healthy. All the yoga people, this is what they're doing because the breathing system actually is very important when it comes to physical activity. So I advise most of the athletes and the people that they're into the gym related activities to try to breathe more through the nostrils, not through the mouth, because when you open the mouth, a lot of things first is going inside. The second thing is that the amount of air that you take is at once too much. Now,
Yeah.
through the nostrils, there it's coming very slowly, and you can control how much air you can put in, and it's coming slowly into your system. So for the heart, for the stress level, it's really, really very good if you learn yourself to breathe through the nostrils during the whole day, not only during any type of activities.
So since we should take our masks off while working out, yes, I know we could suffocate or we can have difficulty breathing. So how do we avoid passing an infection to someone else or even getting an infection? Do we like keep a certain distance or how does it go?
Yeah, normally all the requirements from the government is first to keep the machines at least 2 meters apart. This is the first
Mm-hmm.
important thing.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one of the basically the distance related thing. So basically,
Mm-hmm.
whoever is next to you on the next machine, he will be at least these 2 meters apart, which is the recommendation. Everyone is using towels as well. This is their personal towels. The gym
Yes.
doesn't provide towels. The gym doesn't provide any type of water in a way of the coolers, like you are going and you sip your water. It's only by the bottles.
Yeah.
So basically, we try to
Yeah,
avoid all
that's good.
these things. Yeah.
Okay. And you have someone to sanitize the equipment after each member, for example, uses it, right?
Yes, we have in our gym, especially, we have 4 people during the whole working time of the gym. That these 4 people, 2 of them is only assigned on the machines. So what's happening is the machines they get sanitized, and then after this, after each use, the people there are these guys, our cleaner company, they are going after each. If one of the members is finishing on the machine, they're going and they clean the whole machine, sanitizing again. Then it's ready for the next member.
So, how does a person boost his metabolism, whether he chooses to work out at home or at the gym?
Now, when it comes to metabolism, the metabolism can be boosted. For me, the best way is to manipulate it with the food. So when it comes to the food, you need to eat a little bit less and a little bit more often. This is when it comes to boost your metabolism in the most of the people. This is how it works. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, you can consume the same amount of calorie that you have, that you know that you are fine with them, but you
Mm-hmm.
don't eat them, let's say, in the 2 meals or 3 meals. You just try to, instead of three, you put them on four. Or if you eat four, instead of four, you put them into the five. Why?
Okay.
Because the more often you eat, the more the body start to get burned more easily. And the less food you give it to him, the body start to burn all amount of the food. Because if you load the body with too much food at once, it's getting stuck. So that's
Yes.
why I always recommend you to eat less but more often when it comes to boosting the metabolism. Now, there is the intermediate fasting that it helps a lot for fat loss and to lose some weight, but it doesn't boost your metabolism. You need to be aware of this. It doesn't
Okay.
mean that if you lose weight, that means that your metabolism rate is great. It's not. The
Yeah.
metabolism is not related too much to the fat loss, because you can have a boost. You can boost your metabolism by eating less, by eating less portions for the short period of time and more often, and you can still can get muscles, and you can feel even at your best.
I know that you're coaching people online, and a lot of people need this nowadays, being coached even while staying at home. So, how is it going, and what are the golden tips that you give to people?
Well, yes, a lot of people during the COVID, they register online, and they're very happy about it, because at least it's some kind of, they can do something at home with the professional trainers, with their tips and of course their guidance and everything. Because when
Mhm.
it comes to online coaching, actually it's like a personal training, but it's just you are not with the person. There is a lot.
Yeah.
There is an online coaching that it's basically with everything. You get it. You give it to them the food. You give them the training. You give them the supplements if they need any supplements, of course, mineral, vitamins, and all this stuff. Plus,
Mhm.
of course, there is a connection between you guys 24 hours, because sometimes, let's say the client wants to go to wants to eat something out of the menu that you give it to him or to
Okay. They
her.
ask for your permission.
Yes, they need to ask for a
Oh, wow.
permission.
Yes.
Yeah, this at least this is how it works with me. I'm very strict when it comes to these things, but you know that actually, if you're trying to do your own things, and if you think, okay, I'm gonna eat something else because I don't think that it should harm me. Once you start it, after it, you're going into the wrong path. It's like, teacher and the students. Like, there is a certain things that they think that are not important, but from our point of view, actually, is very important. Just they didn't realize that it might harm them later. And
Yes.
we always can find out if the person, if your client was cheating or no. There is always a way to find.
How,
Yeah,
how,
there is no.
how do
You
you
can
find
run, but
out?
you cannot hide. Well, I'm gonna tell you that first, it's coming with a lot of experience. The second thing is that normally we have, I can see them, and they're sending pictures, so we can track the progress, what's happening, because it's not live session. It's just everything is
Okay.
online. So once we
Hmm.
see the picture and I see that, I know that in this week the body is not so much improved. That means that there is something wrong, and this wrong is not from my side.
Yeah.
So I always ask the question, did you eat something out of these things? And they always say, yeah, but it just was one meal, and it was my mother, she cooked it and I couldn't resist, and you know how it works. This
Yeah.
is one of the ways. The other ways is that once you've been in a diet, once you go into the cheat and you don't know how to do it properly, then there is a water retention in the body. Water
Hmm.
retention is mean that you get bloat and
Hmm.
you look totally
Yeah.
different. Like you get 1 kg just from, let's say, one pizza with one ice cream. It's not a fat, it's just the water
Yeah.
retention that the body retain inside. So there
Okay.
is this small tricks that they can be catched easily from us.
Okay. So can you show us some home workouts and give us some nutrition tips, especially to the audience of Bahrain International?
Of course, I'm gonna do some type of home workout that you guys can try it. Whoever is interested. And
Hmm.
regarding to the tips to the nutritions, like I'm gonna repeat it one more time because for me this is the most and fundamental thing that without to change so much complete your food, just one meal you can achieve a very big result. Is just be aware of your dinner. This is one of the most important things that I reach with my 25 years of experience. It's not your breakfast,
Wow.
it's not your lunch, it's your dinner. And why it's coming your dinner? The main reason is because first after 5, 6, when the sun rise, genetically as a nature, God creates us that our energy and our metabolism dropping down. So basically we are going ready to sleep and to the rest mode. This is coming
Yes.
from nature. So
Yes.
you don't need some kind of high energy, high calorie food at night. You need the lightest. So basically, once you sleep, your body is still burning some kind of calorie because you're dreaming, thinking, the activity of the body is still working. It's just that you are not active, but all the organs are working. So your metabolism is working in a very low range, and
Hmm.
of course, you need to have a dinner. I didn't say that you need to starve, but be careful of the choice of the dinner. And that's why you don't need this type of heavy food at night. Just try to flip. If you want to eat a little bit more heavy food, just try to have it at lunch because you have the whole time from lunch, let's say till if you sleep, let's say normally by 10, 11 p.m., you have this, let's say 8 to 10 hours that you can burn the whole amount of the calorie that you have it at lunchtime. So even if you
Yeah.
have a quiet heavy lunch, it's still fine until you keep your dinner on spot. So this is for me is
Okay.
the golden rule that it works for everybody. There is no exception on this. And the second thing that I always will recommend, uh, keep your own nutrition basically on spot in a way of, if you go on a low carb diet, go on a low carb diet, but don't keep yourself too long there because you're gonna starve a lot. And once you finish this low carb diet, you're gonna be a monster and you're gonna eat everything else and you're gonna gain back again this kg. So everything needs to be really in a matter of professional nutritionist or whoever you choose to guide you. Just fat, protein, and carb. Just keep them on spot always. Don't exclude one and don't put instead of this something else. Just keep them every single nutrition to be inside of your food. Just play with the percentage of them. This is all what I can say regarding the nutrition because all the rest of the things is very individual. There are people, let's say I met a lot of people that they have a normal genetics. They're not skinny, they're not muscular, they're just normal. They eat like a monsters. They eat like more than me, maybe 3 times, and they cannot put a single kg on them. And I eat half of them. I eat
Wow. I
maybe,
envy them.
um, yeah, I eat half. So it's very individual. I cannot say the portions and all these things because it's really very individual. But our body is so smart that just try to pay attention to our bodies. There is a specific, every single human being All of us, we have a specific food that we cannot absorb.
Okay.
Just pay attention whatever you eat. If you feel heavy, just try to avoid this food. If you feel light and you are happy and your mood is nice, just keep going with this food then. Just we need to be more aware of ourselves instead somebody to tell you, don't eat this and eat that. Of course,
Okay.
when it comes to these things, you need to realize which food works the best for you.
Thank you very much. That was very useful. Thank you for being with us in this episode of Connected from Home. It was a pleasure. And the best way to end this is you showing us some home workouts that we can start practicing at home.
Of course, it will be my pleasure and my honor. I want to say again, thank you for your invitation. And
My pleasure.
I hope you guys, I'm going to see you one day on live.
Yes, hopefully. Hopefully. And thank you for the
Hopefully.
useful tips.
Thank
You're
you
going
very
to
much.
help a lot of people and the audience of Bahrain International.
Thank you very much. It was an honor for me.
Thank you.
This exercise is for the glutes and for the lower part of the back as well. It's a great exercise for ladies, for guys, mainly for ladies because it's tightening the glutes area a lot, and also it's increased the strength of your lower back. It's amazing exercise for these two parts. You need to do it very slowly and just try to see to have the sense of the glutes, to squeeze it as hard as you can, even not only by the exercise itself but by you as well. Like consciously you need to be aware to squeeze the glutes at the maximum contraction when you are elevated. Then after this you stretch it down. Do it very slowly. I want you to go in this a little bit high repetition. We are talking between 20 and 30 per set, 3 sets. I'm gonna show you the same similar to this, but we're gonna do it only with one leg for the a little bit more experienced and advanced people. Now what we have done is, this is the combo of one very good, very effective workout, which most of the muscles are included inside. All of the sets that I want you to start with is between 2 and 3 for the people that they're not into too much activity, and the repetition, as we said, they have a variation. Some of them are high when it comes to the glutes and the lower back. The abs is about 15 to 20 as well. So I want you just to keep this rep range between 50 and 30. Depends from your physical activity and how you feel. The rests between the sets I want you to keep less, not more than 30 to 45 seconds. So basically you keep the intensity high. So normally this type of workout you can finish it for about not more than maybe 30 minutes of time, maybe between 20, 25, maximum up to 30, if you just keep a little bit more bigger rests. But I advise 30 to 45 seconds maximum rest between the sets. Each one exercise you have 3 sets. So this is one type of the workout that you can try it. You can do it in a daily basis or you can do it every other day according to your free time, according how you feel, of course, and how your body is accepting this type of stress. Although it's mainly for more into the beginner side. What you can do after the workout, I can advise you can just have a walk outside, or if you have treadmill at home, you can do just a type of treadmill, walking or cycling as well at home for half an hour. And I think that it will be completely 1 hour of workout, which will be great for you.
This is the end of today's episode of Connected from Home. See you next week with new topics, features, and stories from all around the world.